Hi there and welcome to a short tutorial where we will share some information about the new test preparation plan for students in grades 11 and 12. The most important take-home message we hope to share is that nearly every continent, every world university system, certainly those systems in the United States and Asia, depend heavily on standardized test scores as a part of the university admissions process. You can see here on this slide that destinations in the USA and Asia, the UK, Australia, Canada, and Chile, some of the most prestigious and well-known institutions require an SAT or an ACT score as a part of the student application. Any student that is remotely considering attending university in the USA or Asia should absolutely be making a plan for how they will achieve their best SAT or ACT score. You can see maybe what might have been considered in the past is not necessary for Australia and Canada. Test scores now are being used as a supplement to the IB or in replacement of. So many students now at Nido should be getting an ACT or an SAT test score to support their university applications. The testing industry has no doubt been under a great deal of transformation, and in the news a bit. The new SAT exam was revealed this past March, and this infographic is meant to help you understand the differences between the two admissions-based exams. What's very important for all students and families to know is that we advise that you only take one. In addition to your academic curriculum in your last 2 years at Nido, your commitment to extracurriculars, students really do not have time, nor is there a need to prepare and take both exams. The goal is to do some strategic diagnostic preparation and choose the test that is best for you. There are some similarities and many differences, and hopefully you can get a sense of which one you might prefer. And we hope to tell you about a diagnostic plan which will help us gather data to help advise you on which test might be best for you. Under the orange bar in this infographic, you'll see that there are a few similarities. There are no guessing penalties on either exam now, meaning students do not get taken points off if they choose an incorrect answer. So all students should be encouraged to fill in all answers. Both exams now claim to be curriculum focused instead of aptitude focused, meaning fewer questions on the SAT should feel as tricky or as focused on problem solving or critical reading skills, etc. Both exams and their companies claim that you can choose which score you would like to send to any particular university. It's called score choice. You can never pick any particular section to send to a college or to hide. You must send an entire sitting, all sections included. However, if you read the testing policies of most institutions, they do actually request most or if not all test scores to be submitted so they can see the entire history or journey of a student's testing process. And then finally, each of the exams has an essay section, which now is considered optional for both according to the test companies, but again, many universities, especially in the United States, require the essay. So there is some discrepancy between the test makers and the end users who are the universities themselves. The important part is to focus actually on the differences, which will help a student understand which test might be better for them. On the left-hand side are qualities of the ACT, and on the right-hand side, the new SAT. You can see the scoring system is quite different. 36 is the top score for any particular section, including an averaged composite score for the ACT. And the total top score for the new SAT is 1600, with each top score in any individual section being 800. Both are very long for teenagers on a Saturday morning, 3 hours. Then the math section has some important differences. The ACT does not provide any mathematical formulas for students, including those related to geometry, special right triangles, Pythagorean theorem, area, etc. You'll need to come with all of that information in your head, and the new SAT will provide formulas on the exam itself. A calculator is allowed for all problems on their math section, and for the new SAT, a calculator is allowed for only a portion of the problems. Mental math is required on the new SAT. Finally, the ACT provides math questions with multiple choice answers for all questions. On the new SAT, students will be required to grid in answers for some number of questions, meaning there will be no answer choices provided. The topic areas that are covered are mostly the same. They are both very heavily oriented to algebra, with a little more emphasis on trig on the ACT and a little bit more on interpretation of data for the SAT. The reading section, the passage-based reading section on the ACT is separate from the section called English, which is really a grammar section. The SAT actually combines those two. And you can see the SAT has a stronger emphasis on vocabulary, which is traditionally the case. And finally, the ACT does have a section called Science, which is not necessarily a test of science knowledge, but of a student's ability to read about science topics and mostly identify data in graphs and tables. The new SAT does not have a science section at all. So it's really important that students begin to see which testing format and which emphasis on content might allow them to get the strongest score. How will we help students choose? That is what we would like to get better at. Right now, we hope to provide a variety of opportunities to practice these exams and then also collect data to help students make an informed choice. The new part of our program this year is that all NITO students will do these practice exams by choice. Students will opt in to this test preparation or diagnostic program. There are really two layers. In grade 10 and 11, we will offer official practice exams offered by the testing companies and result in official score reports. We will offer the PSAT this year, which we've done in many years past, and new this year we'll be offering the pre-ACT to grades 10 and 11, and those students in grade 12 who need the practice. New this year, also special for grade 11, will be a partnership with a company called ArborBridge, which will help us to provide diagnostic testing and customized lesson planning for 60 students in our pilot year. Those students who are U.S. bound for university will be given priority for this program. What will be available through the ArborBridge partnership will be individualized diagnostic testing for the SAT, ACT, and SAT subject tests. This is all at the convenience of the student. There'll be a customized lesson plan which results from these diagnostic exams based on the results to help them understand their areas of strengths and weaknesses. Each student will be allowed a 1-2 hour individualized tutoring session with an expert to review their results and help them plan for their testing program in the years to come. And finally, we'll be offering a series of webinars to all our students on relevant topics related to admissions testing and preparation. We are going to be using Naviance, our counseling online portal, to gather information about a student's interest in the diagnostic testing program. So students in this next week, on Wednesday during flex time, will log into their Naviance accounts, complete a brief survey to help us understand what each student's plan entails. Here's the timeline for opting in to the test preparation diagnostic program for this year. We met with all students last Wednesday during flex time and introduced this same slideshow and answered a number of questions about the test preparation program. On Wednesday of next week, September 7th, during flex time, grades 10 and 11 students will be logging onto Naviance and opting in or out through a survey. Before Wednesday, we hope that all families can discuss the nature of the two exams as well as the dates that we are using to administer the pre-ACT and the PSAT. We hope that students will have had time to reach out to Mr. Lally or myself to address any questions. And really, anyone that is remotely interested in attending a school in the US, Asia, Australia, and Canada should really be opting into all of our testing steps. The timeline is the following. The pre-ACT will be offered on Saturday, October 1st at the Nido campus at 7:45 in the morning, and the PSAT will be offered on Saturday, October 15th, starting 7:45 in the morning. It's important that students attend both. Rather than saying you prefer this or that a sibling might have taken another test or someone believes a prestigious institution in the U.S. prefers one over the other, it's really important for students to engage in both exams to get similar data so we can compare apples to apples and help students understand which exam is better for them. Parents for those students who do engage will be billed for the cost of the two official practice exams for a total of $29. And those juniors, those 60 juniors who enter the Arbor Bridge program at the selection of the counselors, this program will be offered at no cost to Nido families. So we hope that provides a bit more information and clarity about how the counseling office at Nido hopes to help all juniors and sophomores plan ahead for these very important university admissions exams. Everyone is focused on an exceptional score, but the way to get to an exceptional score is to take the right test, take the test that's best for you, and focus your preparation in the most effective way. Please don't hesitate to reach out to Ms. Marks or Mr. Lally with any questions, and we hope to see everyone on Wednesday at Flex Time to share with us your plans about the new test preparation program. Thanks for listening.